right away. All right, cool. Very smooth. Man, that was smooth.
And the reason I purchased these in is for is that I'm looking to get a lightweight wing very soon, but more on that later. Yes, in January of this year, 2025, I received notice from Cross Country Magazine that I won a new wing. Absolutely thrilled, and I knew exactly the wing I was going to get.
You can see here has a nice little compress bag. There are 3 different colors. This one is called white. Nice little riser bag. Okay, so this is a lightweight wing for sure. You can see here this has poppers instead of magnets. Very small, very lightweight. Looks like it has split A's. This sort of marking system to make sure you do connect it to your harness correctly. And I've said in the past, it has saved me a couple of times, so I really like it. It's just another check that I've done everything right. What I found is sometimes in the California dirt and brown, a lot of these lines will get lost, so you have to be careful not to step on them or get tangled up. Again, very lightweight brake handles. Again, poppers, no magnets. Obviously attachment for your speed bar right here. So again, very lightweight, very minimal wing. And let's spread it out and see what it looks like. There it is, the Theta ULS, ultra lightweight structure. Say that fast 3 times. And obviously you can't feel this as I can, but very lightweight, as the name implies, right? Yes. And you can see it's a very pretty blue. Even though it says white, I really like this very dark blue. And basically white, red, and blue. So traditionally, this is what Advance has always done. You get a nice little goodie bag hidden within the wing. You get some decals, repair, and yes, the little windsock. Oh my gosh, I have a collection of these. I love them. And there's my first little inspection by local wildlife right right there. I think I have the bee's approval.
As usual, for any of my first flights on any wing or with a harness, I'm back at Torrey Pines Glider Port in San Diego, California. Gives me a nice chance to stay up in the air, just really get a feel, in this case for this wing, and don't have to worry about catching thermals and being able to stay up.
Laying out my lightweight wing really nicely so I don't get any cravats. Very thin line, so you know, want to watch, make sure you don't get tangled up. Sometimes you get in the brake handles.
Since this is a lightweight wing, I have to be super careful when I'm in areas like Little Black or most of the mountain areas, which are quite dusty, dirty, a lot of stickers. So again, being very careful with this wing is necessary.
Get poppers for the brakes. Somebody coming in to land. Again, split A's. Very small compared to my Epsilon especially. Hey Alec.
How are you doing?
Good. All right. Nice little. All right, nobody. Yeah, it is. All right. Alex, one of the tandem guys. Real nice guy here at Torrey Pines. All right, let's bring it up. See how it feels. Very nice. Oh yeah, that just wants to take me. All right, cool. Very smooth. Man, that was smooth. Again, this Easiness 4 is a wonderful harness to get in and out of, but that wing came up. Now this is not a really strong day. I would say it's fairly moderate, but nice. I mean, obviously, we got a lot of people up. You can get away from this ridge. If I get to 4 to 500, that's a great day. If I get above 500 MSL, that's a wonderful day. Okay, hang around here for a little bit. Beautiful wing. Little weight shift. Comes around beautifully. Okay, over 400 already, so really nice day. Getting used to the wing a little bit, see how it feels. Brake handles are very nice. I thought they'd be too small. Actually, they're very nice. They're just thin. They're not bulky. Okay, look, weight shift comes around wonderfully. I would say, compared to the Epsilon and my Yota, this is more like the Yota. In the sense that it does come around very nicely, very maneuverable. Or I forget, split A's, try some away from, nobody's around, do some figures. Not too much flapping. Okay, let them out. A little Tug on the brakes. Okay, got to tug on the brakes a bit. Now, that to me is neither here nor there, it's just what it is. Maybe you don't want them to come out too much. I'll try it again, but that was very smooth. Very little activity. When I had my Psi, the Advanced Psi, which is the lightweight version of the Yota, Psi is no longer being manufactured. Those really flopped around, those big ears. Okay. Beautiful day. Look at those clouds. Got our Easiness 4 harness here. Beautiful wing overhead. Not too many pilots. It's actually a great day to fly. It's just not one where a lot of people will come out, only because it's overcast. It's a bit cold. So to hang out, it might not be as pleasant. Nice wing, really nice wing. Lightweight, but really kind of just feels like a standard wing. Let's see how the speed bar is on this.
The speed bar is held at the base of the harness by a magnet flap. It can be a little fiddly to undo. I don't use a speed bar pretty much on the Easiness 4 at all.
Okay, pretty steady wing, not a lot of turbulence, feels safe using the speed bar. Let's see how we do here.
And the speed bar lines are pretty thin and narrow, so a little difficult to get my big foot in there.
It's moving. Okay. Now the wind is a little from the south, so a little deceiving as I'm going north right now. Now I'm not going to secure that speed bar line, so I have to be a little careful when landing or walking around, because that thing will tangle my feet. Normally it's secured by a magnet on the harness, but obviously not a big deal in flight. Okay, we're up here. We're away from everybody. Let's try those big ears again. Pulling down the big ears. Little flap on the left. Let out the big ears. Okay, a little bit of tug is needed on the big ears, but they do come out cleanly. Man, nobody around, isn't this is flying heaven right now. Golf course here, Torrey Pines, I've mentioned it many times, just had a tournament back in February, I think it was, a Farmers Insurance. Yeah, it looks like they're treating the fairway now. Okay, I think I'll go back, try some landings. Get a bit of a south wind today. Landing. All right, we got it right here.
for the landing, I would say the Theta is much more like the Yoda. Very smooth, glides very nicely, and easy to maneuver.
Alrighty. Okay. So initial impressions. Very smooth, very nice. It does not handle. I had a lightweight wing before, I mentioned earlier. I did not like that wing. It was kind of a little jumpy, especially on the ground with any sort of moderate to heavier wind. Tended to curvat a lot. I mean a lot. And since then I said, well, maybe it was just me. But I used to line out the wing really well because after a few cravats, I realized I needed to do that. And this wing, now so far, has not shown any tendency to do that. And again, just my takeoff earlier, bringing it up. But a lot of that is laying out the wing nicely. But overall, I have to say, this wing seems very stable. Very light. I mean, carrying it out to the takeoff was just something. So, I don't know. Now I've got 3 wings. The Epsilon I'll definitely keep because out of these 3 wings, that one I could use for paramotoring. As a matter of fact, that's my favorite paramotor wing of all time. It's just so steady, and I could take off in, well, any reasonable conditions, but even conditions that I thought would be a little more challenging for me. It was perfect. I loved the wing, and I still love that wing. So that will stay, and to be honest, I'm just going to keep all 3. I mean, this was a bonus to get this wing because of a prize through Cross Country magazine. Gosh, what a great thrill that was, and thanking them again. I love this wing. I never would have gotten this wing because I couldn't justify it. It's an expensive wing. I'll put the price on the screen there, and that's US dollars. So I never would have gotten it. For me, never means maybe in the next year or 2. But unless something happened to one of my other wings, but no, I couldn't see myself getting it. The Yoda I really liked, the Epsilon I really liked. So anyway, all right, I won't go on about it anymore. Just really happy to have this wing. So let's go explore.
Now the Theta also has some C-line riser control, and you can see here the description by the Advanced website. Very similar to the Yoda and very easy to use. So my initial impression of the Advanced Theta ultra lightweight structural wing is just fantastic. I really enjoyed the first flight. And next time I think I'm going to use the pod and then the boundless, just see how it flies with those harnesses. Thanks for watching. Fly safe. We'll see you in the next one.